Namaste, beloveds. This is part 2 of the other video. I had to make room on in my pictures, um, so I had to delete some stuff. That's all in alignment. The last animal that we did was polar bear. Well, the first animal that we did was polar bear, and stand up for yourself and speak your truth respectfully and compassionately, with no attachment to outcome. And it was on page 94, which is 13, which is also the number 4. And 4 is a very powerful number, beloveds. It is the number of so many different things. One that I can give you is the 4 directions. Pops to mind right quick. So look it up, beloveds. Here we go. I'm reading this again because I'm being told to. When you express yourself from your heart and from a place of power, it's an unbeatable combination. You don't need to growl or bully, nor do you need to fade into the background and deny yourself the opportunity to directly affect the situation. By showing up and being completely present, even when you're simply listening, you're a force to be reckoned with. Ask for what you want and see what happens. Don't get worked up about how it turns out. You may or may not get what you want, but at least your chances are better if you do ask. As for setting boundaries with others, such as saying no to requests or demands, when you do so, they may respect those boundaries and try to test them. If they do test the limits you set, stand your ground, be clear, and don't apologize. Approach the situation with the purity and innocence of a child and the focused intensity of a true warrior, one who doesn't speak or act from anger, but from a place of truth and dignity. Know that when you do so, you'll have nothing to fear. Fearlessness, purity, leadership, powerful provider, self-control, strength, wisdom, nobility, conservation, intensity, playfulness, and adaptability are all associations of the polar bear. The next card that came forward was, polar bear was the unicorn. Unicorn. And again, I was just going to pull one, and all of these flew out, okay? And I was like, Mama, I got to read all of them. And she smacked me and said, yeah, now what? And I'm like, okay. Okay, unicorn, page 123, which is a 6, beloved. Unicorn, 123. I gotta hurry up because I'm getting ready to go out to lunch to my favorite place. Hoo-ha! Gonna have lots of wine today. Lots. Indulge your creative, imaginative, and magical side through some expressive form of artistic expression. Wherever the artistic vehicle through which you express your most creative self, whether it's drawing, poetry, painting, music, acting, or any other form of creative expression, make it a priority in your life by devoting some time, energy, and perhaps even some money toward the artistic pursuit. Let the longing of your heart determine what the form of your imaginative expression is, but let it be one that elicits passion and purpose. Allow it to evolve as needed without acceding to any internal perfectionism about the end product. The process itself is where the magic is. Let that alone be your satisfaction and delight, and you'll be pleased with the results. Whether this avocation comes as a hobby or turns into something you receive compensation for, never do it solely for the money. There's no need to act out the starving artist scenario. When you make monetary rewards your primary goal, you risk stifling the creative pulse that emanates from the core of who you are, potentially compromising the integrity of your artistic gift to the world. Should you ever be uncertain about following your passion with this kind of expression, take some time to observe children. Notice how innocently and imaginatively they play in their world, particularly when unhindered by social restrictions and artificial boundaries. This is a reflection of the magical child who's inside you, begging to explore and be expressed. So have fun. This would be the Fool card. I just posted something about the Fool. I was going and that Fool wouldn't go away. And this was the energy of that Fool. You know that Stewie energy where he's ma, 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 ma. And when she finally answers, all he does is laugh. This. Associations with the unicorn. Magic, mysticism, virtue, honesty. Let me say that again. Magic, mysticism, virtue, honesty, purity, chastity, inspiration, protection, restoration, manifestation, power, gentleness, humility, healing, unity, and virginity. Virginity. Purity, virginity. Okay? Next card. Let me turn it over. Here, move polar bear out the way. Next card is the dog. And beloveds, we are in the year of the dog. So these cards that flew out, that wanted to be read, very powerful. Let me keep it moving because I hear my brother in there getting his little tail ready. Dog, 42. Page 42, which is another 6. That makes 2 6s, beloved. 42. Okay, here we go. This is dog. And again, I'm going to speed this up a little bit. Your loyalty and faithfulness is misplaced by serving too many masters. Whom do you serve? Is the question at hand here. When you compromise your personal integrity through misguided attempts to placate others out of fear of their disapproval, or to avoid upsetting them, you deny your own inner authority and give away your power. You become their servant, and they your masters. You allow this by assuming another person or organization has greater knowledge, power, or spiritual wisdom than you, and put yourself in a less than position. While others may possess some of these attributes to a greater degree than you do, you can honor them as teachers, not masters. Children may rightly look to their parents for this sort of guidance. However, as they mature, it's appropriate that the leash to their parents' authority stretches and is eventually severed. Cut them cords. The human error is to continue to project this paternal authority onto other people and institutions, and then either subjugate their will or act in opposition to that perceived authority. I'm working on it. Over a number of years, you may find yourself attached to the leashes of many masters, leading you to feel fragmented and to some degree powerless. Instead, take off those collars and let spirit be your one true master. Then you will experience true freedom. And that was the dog card, beloveds. The next card is the cheetah. Is the cheetah. And let's see what the cheetah has to say. Cheetah is on page 33, which is another 6, which means we just had 3 6s in a row. Cheetah, page 33. And it says, get clear on your intention, stay focused, and move quickly to achieve your goal. Stop deluding yourself by thinking that there isn't enough time. There are too many other things to do, or you're not up to the mission that's calling you to action. These are many other beliefs, are delay tactics that keep you from accomplishing what you're here to do. It's much too easy to play it safe by staying caught up in the mundane dramas of life rather than honoring Spirit's purpose for you by making a run for it. The first step is to write out all your intention as clearly as possible. Keep it nearby and create an appropriate affirmation that you can repeat several times over the course of the day. I did that with Marianne Williamson's little thing I got on the front of my thing. Nelson Mandela also used it. Who are you to believe that you are not? That was my thing. As a child of God, who are you to believe you are not? That you cannot do? That you are not worthy? You are a child of God. There is nothing outside of your realm and outside of your reach. You just have to focus your intentions. And you have to know yourself and believe in your own power to manifest and to restore balance. And put that out, project that outwards. And again, stay away from the drama and people that insist upon it. That is how they live. That is how they shock themselves to feel alive. And those that are already alive by the Spirit, they hate the hell out of them. Okay? Okay, so don't take it personal. It's not you. It's the Spirit that resides within you, that emanates from you. Don't take it personal. If you take it personal, you get in your ego and you get sucked in to respond for vengeance, for this, for that, for blah, blah, blah. Tit for tat. Karma will deal with it, believe me. And she is riding a much quicker broom nowadays, okay? Okay, let's keep it moving. Then write out a sequence of action steps that will help you move toward your ultimate goal. Don't be shy or hesitant to think big, bigger than you've previously allowed yourself. Once you set the wheels in motion by doing these steps, it's time to move. Not in some frantic, hurried way, but steady and purposeful. Designing much of your activity to support what you need to do. If you're working on your insides, then that is what is going to be worked on, and not everybody is going to see your progress or view it as progress. But it's about you. It's about your feelings. And you know when you feel elevated, when you feel healed, when you start feeling less pain, less of the past. That doesn't necessarily show to somebody who's so used to looking at beauty or things a certain way. But when you've always been tuned to inside, and that's your focus. The outside chaos doesn't compute. It doesn't compute. It's all part of the process. It's not something you're focusing on. I gotta do this and I gotta. No, you're focused on inside. You're focused on cleaning up what's inside. You're focusing on what's making what's inside of you pristine and innocent and pure once again. And that may not reflect outwardly and may not be perceived by others, but that's their business, not yours. You keep doing what you're doing, what works for you, what feels good to you. This is how you stay in your power, by not giving it away. This is how you manifest and achieve your dreams and your goals. This is the difference between a lie and authenticity. Okay. In all this movement, once you've successfully achieved a significant piece, take a breather and look back on how far you've come. Give yourself a pat on the back with each step that's accomplished as a way of acknowledging your progress. Go for it. Association, speed, focus, insight, passion, swiftness, elusiveness, flexibility, efficiency, self-esteem, powerful, graceful, purposeful, energetic, sensuous, accomplishment, and directness. That was the Cheetah card. All of this is so aligned. And I apologize, Mama, for being a butthead and saying, I gotta read y'all this. Okay, chimpanzee. Didn't show it. Trying to rush. Chimpanzee. Okay. Chimpanzee 36, 9. Another 9, beloveds. 36. 36. Okay. Here we go. Chimpanzee. Use both your intuition and your intellect to solve the problem or get answer to your question. When your intuition and intellect are in harmonious accord with each other, there's no problem that you can't resolve. The combination emerges as creative intelligence, an elegant blend of your capacity for reasoning, coupled with a deep trust in your gut feeling and the flow of thought and action that results in resolving your question or problem this way. You may surprise yourself as to how simple and effective the answer really is. Your intuition is actually a constellation of physical cues that respond to the subtle body language, voice intonations, and energetic quality of the people or situations around you. This is so true, beloveds. That's what communication is for those that actively and proactively participate in it. It is your instinct. Wait a minute. Let me say this over. Your intuition is actually a constellation of physical cues that respond to the subtle body language, voice intonations, and energy quality of the people or situations around you, often felt in your gut, but not confined to that area. An aspect of your animal nature that's been cued into your survival and growth. You can best access this instinctual wisdom by breathing slowly and steadily and focusing your attention on the physical sensations you notice. That's like many women and men can sense when their partner is, I'll use the word cheating, is cheating on them. And they know because they are an empathic type that when they connect sexually, that intimately, I'll put intimately because it's not always physical sexuality. There's all kinds of sexuality, but I'll get to this. Mm, it just went out of my head that quick. Okay, not supposed to say it. All right, let it go. It is what it is. And it'll come to the light when it's supposed to. In addition to your, the cheating. Cheating. When an empathic, very highly sensitive person who gets intimate with another being, no matter how that intimacy takes place, there's a bond, there's a connection, kinetic, energetic, vibrational, terms that I don't even know, is established. And when that person is intimate with another person, that person knows because they feel it, not in just their gut, but in their womb. And that can be, whew, very deep. But let me move forward. It's your instinct communicating, an aspect of your animal nature that's cued into your survival and growth. You can best access this instinctual wisdom by breathing slowly and steadily, calming yourself, focusing your attention on the physical sensation you notice. In addition to your intuitive feelings, get more information on which to base your choices by doing some research. Consult books, the internet, other types of oracles,